Welcome to the Maritime Vision podcast. I'm your host, Paul Wioli. In each episode, we bring you exclusive interviews with maritime professionals, industry experts, and students. Our guests come from different backgrounds, including shipping, yachting, offshore, and more. Our goal is to give you all the knowledge you need to succeed in the maritime industry. Welcome everyone, welcome back to a new podcast episode. So today we have with Theano Karathanasi. I hope I pronounced in a good way your name. So she's a shipbroker. Perfect. She's a shipbroker based in Dubai. This episode is a source of inspiration for people who want to work in the shipbroking industry, but also for women and for those who want to relocate in a new country. Hello, Theano. It's a pleasure to having you here in this episode. Can you introduce yourself and talk about your background, please?
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me in the first place. So I'm 29 years old. I am from Greece, and I relocated to Dubai 1 year back. Almost 1 year back, with a goal to become a shipbroker. Before I was working in the shipping industry, but I was not a shipbroker. So the main goal, I moved here because I had a job opportunity to become a shipbroker. So that was my dream job. So when I received on the LinkedIn, the message, I was, of course I will go. I took only 3 days to decide, and then I'm coming. So this is my short story, how I came to Dubai. And yeah, except of this, I love to dance. Dance is my passion. So yeah, after work, I either go to the dance class or to an event with dancing or these things.
Oh, very interesting. So you start shipbroking in Dubai, or you had a previous experience?
In Dubai, so I am a shipbroker 1 year now. Before I was into shipping 2 more years. So in totally 3 years, I work into shipping industry. But before, I was in a Greek company, Greek ownership company, and I was assistant in the chartering team of the, they are also brokers, but internal brokers for the owner.
Okay.
So I was assistant in the department.
Okay. So you said why did you choose to work as a shipbroker? Because you finish your master, then you decide to work as shipbroker, but you could choose another kind of job, maybe vessel operations, management, marketing. I don't know.
Yes, true. Yes, this is true because also the master that I did was international shipping finance and management. So it covered all these sectors. So you're right, I could choose any of these. But I had the shipbroker role as my dream job because it combined 2 things. One is the analytical thinking. So you have to be good with numbers. You have to run, the analysis to know what are the freight rate, what is the market. So anything that has to do with numbers, I love numbers. So first thing was that. Then the second thing was I am intuitively, social as a person. So I like to meet new people. I like to speak with people. I have communication skills. So the combination of the two, the analytical thinking and the communication skills, made, a combination. And then I said, okay, this is my dream job. I want to do this in my life.
Very beautiful. So it's nice. I just want to point out the fact that during this episode, we're going to talk about, of course, shipbroking. So you're going to make a very short introduction of shipbroking, what it is for people who don't know. Then we're going to talk more about Dubai, on the opportunities we have in the maritime industry in Dubai. Maybe you can talk a little bit about your studies, your master. We're going to talk as well about LinkedIn. Because you told me, I remember that's a very important and powerful tool. And then you can talk about your experience, the anecdotes you have in this industry. So let's start with shipbroking. So can you talk a little bit about what are you doing as a shipbroker, especially your role?
Okay, to answer this question, let's go one step behind and let's answer what is a shipbroker. So the shipbroker is the intermediary between the ship owners and the charterers. So the main goal of a shipbroker is to develop relationships. It's a relationship-based role. Then you have to build expertise. because there are different shipbrokers. You can be a ship and sale shipbroker, chartering shipbroker, scraping shipbroker. So depending on your expertise, you have to be knowledgeable. And then there are different markets: tanker, dry, containers, many markets. So in my specific role, I work for Quincannon Associates. So we specialize in the chemical market, which is highly technical cargoes. There are a lot of specifications. You have to understand the cargo on itself, the last cargo of the vessel, if there is any purging requirement, the heating, the temperature, all these things. You have to have the knowledge to advise your clients. Then we can say a bit what I'm doing day to day, or what a shipbroker is doing day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first thing is you have to follow the market. You have to understand what are the available cargoes out there, what is the suitable tonnage, what are the vessels that can accommodate these cargoes, and then you have to understand what are the market levels. These things you can find from the last dance. The last dance is the most recent fixtures. So for a specific routing, for example, let's say AG to Far East, there are some recent fixtures. So you have to understand that this trade, the fair rate to charge is this one. Or this can be changed because there are some fundamentals in demand and supply that we expect the rate to be higher or lower from the last done.
Okay.
So all these things, you have to follow the market. You have to have position list, an updated position list. You have to have a cargoes list, a fixtures list. All these lists help you to match the supply and the demand.
Okay.
Then because you speak with the parties, you speak with your clients on a daily or on a weekly basis, you gather valuable information. So then a good thing is to write a market commentary. So every week and every month, you make some comments on the market that we expect the market to be more soft or firm, and these are the recent fixtures, and these are the supply and demand factors. So it's good thing for your clients to understand a bit what is the pulse of the market.
Okay. Okay, very interesting.
So these are the basic, and of course, you know, the fixing cycle. You have to be able to support in all the stages of the fixing cycle. So in the beginning, there is an offer. Then the two parties have to negotiate the main terms. So then we have a subs recap. Then if everything is agreed, the details as well, then we have the fully fixed recap. So you have to support in the negotiation. And after is the post-fixture. So you have to be able to support before, during the negotiation, and after the fixture.
Okay, very interesting. So it's like you have the cargo owner who want to ship the shipment to another place in the
Yes.
world. So you need to find, of course, the ship available. So about this process of finding the ship, I imagine you have already a big database of ships.
Exactly.
But sometimes you need to, I imagine, to make cold call to.
Calls, exactly. Because, you know, sometimes some owners, they don't have position lists. They don't send. They prefer to have private communication. So it depends on the client, depends on the people you are referring to. Usually it's a combination. Usually you have some database, then you have to update, then you have to make calls. You know, it's not an automated process. There is not one thing. You have to adjust depending on the client.
Okay. So I imagine if you work for a very big shipbroking houses, it will be easier to find the shipment, but maybe as a young people, it will be more comfortable because you don't need to make many cold call. But if you work for like a early stage shipbroking house, maybe it will be more challenging because you will have to build the
A
relationship.
relationship, exactly. So yeah, there are some advices of how to become a better broker, a good broker. So maybe we can discuss
Yeah.
some things, how to become a good broker.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, that's very interesting.
So yeah, since I'm new in this role, only 1 year, I can echo the advices that my manager gives to me, how to be better. So one advice is, to ask a question.
Mm.
Like, there is no silly question. The only silly question is to not ask. So especially when you're new in a market, you have to ask, your team, because you have also to be, able to work in a team. It's not like if you work in a company, you have to be able, to support with each other.
Yeah.
So first thing is to ask. Then you have to put yourself out there to overcome your fear, because in the beginning you may be afraid of doing the phone calls, or you might want to learn everything and then do the phone call. But this is not always the case. You cannot research anything. Of
Mm.
course, it is good to have some notes before doing a phone call, but then you have to just take the phone and then speak.
Yeah.
And you can get the information from the clients, because some information, no matter how much you research, you may not find the information. For example, if the owners do not have a position list, if you don't call, you may never know which vessels are available. So
Mm.
there should be a balance of how much you research before doing the phone call.
Okay. Okay. Very, very interesting. On about to come back a little bit about specialization, I know
Mm.
that in Shipbroking we have SNP, so sales on
Mhm.
purchase
And
of vessel,
purchase.
on chartering. Uh,
Mhm.
do we need when we start in the industry, is it easier to start with chartering or even to find position in this field, or not at all? It depends.
See, I will tell you what was my journey, which is something that usually helps, I think, to become a shipbroker. So I
Yeah.
started as an assistant in a chartering department,
Okay.
which is, these people are internal brokers from the point of the owner. So I was checking recaps. I was analyzing the voyages. I was
Mm.
supporting the commercial team. So all these information I received helped me understand the whole fixing cycle, or what are the market dynamics. All these things gave me the basic knowledge. Then another step is to do some operations. So I think in most of the companies, you will start with doing operations for some months, 2, 3 months, 6 months, depends on the company. So even now I'm doing some operations, because the chemical market is a bit new for me. So I have to understand the cargoes. I have to understand the trading routes
Mm.
or the specifications. So the best way is to do the operations. Then after you do some time operations, you're more knowledgeable, and then you can become a broker, you know, more easily. Because if you
Okay.
start from zero as a shipbroker, you have gaps. You have
Mm.
gaps. You don't know a lot of things about the market. You don't know a lot of things about the cargoes. So I think the best way is to do some operations as a start.
Okay. So operation, this is like following the ship planning, all this stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, you mean that as a senior shipbroker, for example, we don't touch in operations because we know we just
yeah,
focus on the
exactly.
fixing side.
Yes, yes. If
Mm.
you're a senior shipbroker, you don't have to do it depends on the company. Some companies you have to do the operations also of your own fixtures. In other companies, there are different people doing the operations, different people doing the fixing, the chartering. So it depends on the company policy, or the team. If there is a big team, then there are specific roles. If there is a small team, then you may have to do both operations and chartering. It
Okay.
depends.
Okay. So that's interesting, but it means that because operation it's a full job, it's a full-time job.
Exactly. It's a
I made,
full-time job. It's a
yeah,
full-time job.
yeah, I made many
Not,
interviews with a vessel
yes.
operator, and it was they explained to me, wow, you have so many things to do, but
Yeah.
as broker, it's to learn this, it's
Yes.
challenging.
Yes. And it's not only a full-time job. Doing operations goes beyond the working hours. You have to check
Mm.
your emails all the time, even if it is weekend, even if it is uh, holidays, because the ship never stops to move.
Yeah.
So if it is Sunday and the ship has arrived and some documents are needed, you have to be there. You have to support.
Mm.
So it's a lifestyle. In general, working in a shipping industry is a lifestyle. Like, you have to like it, or you cannot easily do it.
Okay.
because there
Okay.
are long hours, there are meetings with clients, there are travels. But at the same time, these things make this job interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's very interesting. But what about your first day? Because I imagine you were maybe lost or it goes.
Yeah, you mean my very first day in
Yes,
shipping
first week, first month.
or in
Yeah,
brokers,
as a shipbroker, yeah.
shipbroker. So yeah, the first day, as you said, you are a bit lost because you need some time to understand, uh, to move from the theory, because from a master or from a professional certificate, you have the theoretical knowledge. Then you have to take some time to adjust the theory into practice.
Hmm.
So in the beginning, you learn different things, but you cannot make a puzzle. So you need some time, some weeks, some months to allocate all the pieces in the correct place and then to have the full picture and to understand exactly what is your role, what are the daily tasks, what is the added value you have to give to the clients. All this comes with experience. Of course, you don't know from the first day.
Hmm.
Like you need some time, some months.
Okay, wow, well, very interesting. And so in terms of shipbroking, I could ask you many questions. Like I have so many questions in mind about regarding the job. So for you, you are specialized in chartering, and you say so before you start with liquid cargo, so tankering. Is it different? I mean, you have dry bulk, all this industry. Or what is the difference? I mean, in term as a shipbroker, in term of market, challenge,
Uh,
etc.
yeah, see, I'm not sure I can reply to this question because I have all my experiences in tanker chartering.
Yeah.
So I have some friends who are doing dry. I think it's a completely different market. The market dynamics are different, like the seasonality factors, the demand and supply factors. It's a whole different world. In
Yeah.
shipping, there are so
Yeah.
many different segments. So every market has its own characteristics. This is why I think you never get bored in shipping because,
Mm.
you have to learn, you have to follow the market, read the news. Every day you can learn something new. This is
Yeah,
like
that's
really
true.
interesting for me.
That's true. And what advice can you give to someone who want to start to work as shipbroker?
Okay, so of course, some studies in shipping are useful. You need to have some basic understanding. So either you can do a bachelor degree or a master degree. I did a master degree in shipping. My first degree was finance. Then I
Mm.
decided I want to change career. Then there are, professional certifications like the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers,
Yeah.
ICS. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very famous. So you can start with some theoretical knowledge. Then, of course, you have to create a network. So one way is to become volunteer in shipping organizations. There
Mm.
is Young Ship, there is WISTA. WISTA is specifically for women in shipping. Young
Okay.
Ship is for young people in shipping. And there are other organizations, local and multinational.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
heard about young ship.
one way is to start going to events. There are so many shipping events, like everywhere, and every month there is something happening. So if you are a student still in the university, you can go to these events, you can participate, you can speak with the people coming in the event, and little by little, you can make some network. Then also the LinkedIn, as you referred before, is very powerful as a tool. So I found my last two jobs in shipping through the LinkedIn. So
Mm.
you have to have a good profile. You have to update your profile in terms of your working experience, your volunteering, or anything you have done. You can even add some, dissertation. If you are still a student and you don't have any other experience, you have to build on what you have. And then you have to uh, create the network. Like you have to send invitation to people in shipping. And
Mm.
then once you have a good network, you can ask help. You can say that I'm looking a job into shipping. Whoever might help, this I would really appreciate this. And this is what I did. And then people
Okay.
that I didn't know before, eventually they became my mentors. Now we are even friends. So it is really
Wow.
nice to understand that people out there are willing to help you. And then there are,
Okay.
job roles open in the LinkedIn. You can apply some filters, and based on the filters, the LinkedIn gives you some open positions. So then you can apply. Like it's very easy. I think it's very easy tool. You just
Okay.
have to spend some time weekly, like uh, half an hour weekly, to be active on the LinkedIn. To post some things, to react in other posts, or repost, or make connections. You have to build this tool.
Okay, that's very interesting what you say. So it's so talking about LinkedIn, it's how you did with your profile because your profile is very, I mean, very. You have a very good profile, we can say, with many connections. And how you start very in the early stage, like when you start study or later.
See, I will tell you something. When I did the masters in shipping in Greece, in Greece, one of the main industries is shipping.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Greek owners, like the total tonnage of Greek ship owners, is the second globally. So, which means that the main source of income for Greece comes from shipping. But there is a contradiction here, because from the one side we have so many shipping companies. From the other side, if you don't have any experience in shipping and you just start, you apply for the positions, and then most of the times the companies don't give you a good salary, or they pay you very less money, or
mm,
they may say to you, we will not pay you for the first 6 months. So because that was the case with me as well, I said, okay, for myself, I don't accept to work without getting paid, because
for
I
sure.
had working experience before and I had a good profile. So I said to myself, let's build a good LinkedIn. Let's make a connection. Let's ask for help. And people that I met during this journey, they gave me motivation to search a paid job, to search a good
Mm,
job. And then they supported me. They gave me advice. They helped me in which companies I should send my CV. So my first job in shipping in Greece was a paid job, whereas I had
nice.
co-students from the university who started without salary. So I think using LinkedIn, you can evaluate your first experience to start from a good level, not without payment at all. This is, it's, I
It's
cannot believe this thing. I mean, it should not
yeah.
be the case nowhere.
Yeah, that's true. It's add value to your profile and you can sell
Yeah.
yourself in a better way. That's true actually. I
Yeah.
have so many people, I can be my classmate or even young people, they don't use LinkedIn, but I mean
Mhm.
it's not a mistake, but I mean it's something you need to consider for sure
Yeah,
because without
exactly.
LinkedIn, how can you build a network? I am doing for me LinkedIn it's the most important tool I have right now as a student. So that's what you say, it's very powerful. So that's a very important point. And now I want to switch to another topic,
Mm-hmm.
which is a little bit. Can you talk about your studies quickly? You said Master of Shipping.
Master
What
in
is the
Shipping.
finance?
Yeah, the whole name of the program is International Shipping Finance and Management. So it was a master in shipping, but we had a lot of different modules, and the whole program was in English. So we had a general fundamental understanding of the shipping industry and of the different career paths that we can follow. And the good thing about this program is that, except of the modules, the assignments, you have to be part of a team, so you familiarize yourself how to work with other people as well. Another good thing is that we had a lot of visits to companies and to
Mm,
institutions. So for us was a great way to see how a company is actually working. And we could speak with managers, we could speak with other teachers from other institutions. So that was really like a value added thing of the master.
okay, okay. So very good to know. On for you, can we start Shipbroker even if we don't have like a master or even a bachelor in shipping? It can be international business or all this kind of topic.
Yes, I think someone can do that even without studies,
Mm.
because you can learn the job by doing. But of course, having a theoretical background always is a plus. Is a
Yeah.
plus because when you start, at least you know the basics. At least you hear names and you understand what these names means. You hear cargos, you hear uh, different, demand and supply factors, and you have an understanding. Otherwise, it's a bit of, Chinese. I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't have any
Yeah.
background, it may take you longer time to be able to do the job.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Very interesting. So now we have two topics to discuss. More about anecdotes on Dubai. So let's start with maybe Dubai. So you want to add something maybe?
I would like to say an anecdote, not in Dubai, but in Greece, because in Dubai, I mean, I don't have something really interesting as a story to say. I mean,
Okay.
everything is interesting in my job, but not as a funny story or something like that. So if you don't mind, I can share something for Greece.
For sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is linked also to chase your dreams, even if you're a woman in shipping, because sometimes this industry is a bit, uh, how can I say, it's a bit more traditional, and sometimes the percentage of people working are higher to the men and less to the women. So some years back, while I was doing the masters in shipping, I started doing some courses, extra courses in other institution to become a broker, shipbroker. Uh, so one day, because since then I had the goal, I had my dream job was to become a shipbroker. So I did everything that I could. Like I was attending events, going to do extra courses, everything that you can imagine to get the knowledge. So I was doing some courses. There is an institution similar to the ICS, but it's only in Greece. It's local one. So then I did the courses, and during the break, I went to a teacher, and I asked the teacher, what can I do to become a shipbroker? What advice can you give me? And then the teacher was telling me, no, you cannot become a shipbroker. And I was asking again, but why? Why I cannot become a shipbroker? And he was, no, you cannot become a shipbroker. He was really insisting on that. And then I insisted back, like, tell me, please, the reason why I cannot become a shipbroker. And then in the end, he said, because you're a woman. And this can be, for some people, this can be really demotivating.
For
Because if
sure.
you're young, if you're still a student in the university and you don't have experience, you may hear this and then convince yourself that you cannot do it. But on the contrary, what happened, the story continues a bit, because in this same course, we had the luck and the privilege to have a student, but he was actually very knowledgeable. He was a previous ship owner from a very famous family of ship owners in Greece. So he was in retirement, but he liked to come to the lessons and to hear about the industry, to give his knowledge. So till that point, I didn't know that this person was a ship owner, a former ship owner. And there was a shipping event, a Christmas shipping event. So in this event, we started talking with this person, because he was older than us. We were 20 something, and he was 50 plus, 60 plus. So we started talking with him. He gave us his stories because he was sailing also. So he had so many stories to share. And then next day, he invited us to go with him in another ship owner that they were friends. So he said, if you have free time, come with me. I want you to see how it is to do some phone calls, to what are the conversations between ship owners, between other parties and the ship owners. So I was really interested. Of course, I want to go there and see what is this thing. So I went there, and I was only 26, I think, and I had no previous experience of going in a ship company on my own with ship owners. So there were two older people than me, very older, like 50, 60 plus, knowledgeable people, ship owners, and then it was me. And I was hearing the conversation. It was, I cannot explain to you how amazing that was as an experience. So then I shared with this person that I had a negative feedback from the teacher that I cannot become a shipbroker. And then this person, he told me, no, don't listen to this teacher. I think that you have a goal, you have a dream, and I believe that you can do the dream. You can actually become a shipbroker. So don't put a limitation on yourself because someone told you you cannot do it because you're a woman. You can do it. Have your dream, have your action plan, know your why you want to become a shipbroker. And then you have the motivation and you can achieve your goal. Go and do what you want to do. Don't listen to any voices, external voices.
And you became a shipbroker.
And I became a shipbroker. And like, it's the biggest satisfaction that I can get, that I followed my dream and I did not, stopped believing in myself because someone else told me I cannot do it.
That's very powerful what you say, because that's so true. I mean, if you have in your life someone who say you cannot do this job, but because any reasons, don't listen, just go for it.
Just go.
Sure.
Just know your why you want to become a shipbroker or operator or whatever job.
Yeah, a lawyer, or I don't know, but yeah, that's very important.
Exactly.
Very
To know
powerful.
why you want. You like the lifestyle, you like the good salary, you like being informed about the industry. What is your personal reason that you want to become a shipbroker?
Yeah.
For me, I told you it was the combination, because I felt like I can be happy with this job role because it is, I have the skills intuitively to communicate, or I have the analytical mindset. So I said, okay, if I combine this, then I can be happy because I will go to work and do something that I am good at it. I like doing, I like analyzing, I like speaking to people. So I said to myself, this can be a very good job for you.
Yeah. No, you told me this anecdote, and I was very surprised. So now I know what this you spoil. I know everything, but that's very powerful. On the people who listen this podcast will be very. I mean, you will give them motivation for them, for people who identify to the situation, and especially women actually. So thank you for that. And now we can maybe talk about Dubai.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
We can
I
talk
mean,
about Dubai.
shipping industry is worldwide industry. Many students who study in university in a country, they know that they have big chance to move to another country, maybe because you have
Yes.
opportunities in every country.
Everywhere.
So imagine you study in, I don't know, in the UK, maybe you will have a job in Singapore, maybe in Hong Kong. What can you say about your experience to move? So you are Greek, so I know for Greek people it's very common to move because you
Yes.
have more people outside Greece almost than in Greece. But I mean, can you?
We are 11 million people in Greece and another 5 million everywhere in the world.
Yeah,
Like,
that's pure. My class is full of Greek people, so it's very funny actually. But that's it shows that in the industry you need to travel. What can you say about this expense move for your career? Is it a good choice to move for it, or you need to stay in your home country? Can you elaborate on it,
yeah,
please?
of course. So in general, before speaking about Dubai specifically, I can say to you that relocating to another country is a life-changing experience. Because first of all, you put yourself in a situation that you have to survive on your own, in a new place, with new people, with new job, everything new climate, new atmosphere, new scenery, everything is new. So only this fact makes you becoming more mature, and then it's like your mind is becoming wider because you meet people from other countries. You have to, you make friends from everywhere. Here, my friends are from Russia, from India, from Cyprus, Greece, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey, China, from everywhere. So, so having to communicate and then having to, do things with all these different nationalities, evaluate your level, your understanding of the world. So you become like, I don't know, for me, I became more, how can I say, more mature. I would put it like that,
That's
more
true.
mature.
Yeah.
Then Dubai specifically is a very nice place for shipping. It's a hub, as you said. It's a hub because there are many reasons why in the past few years Dubai has become a hub for shipping. So first of all, how all started with the pandemic. It was one of the few places that was still open. There were some
Mm.
lockdowns, but it was not as bad as Europe, was not as
Yeah.
bad as China or other places in the world. So Dubai took advantage of this fact.
Mm-mm.
Then there were a lot of investments happening because it is near to Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia was always booming economy. So partly because of that, there are investments here also in Dubai. Then the political situation is stable. So it's another reason why the economy can bloom here.
Mm.
Then in terms of trading, there are many companies that relocated here or opened new offices here. For example, my company, the one that I'm currently working, Quincannon Associates, they started the office here in Dubai 6 years back. So most of the companies, even before pandemic, they relocated here or they opened new offices here.
Mm.
Because the place, was blooming in general.
Okay.
So yeah, it's and something interesting that I can add here is there was a research last year showing that Dubai is the second best place for expatriates. So this is also very interesting because as a foreigner you come here and you have so many things that can make you stay here.
Yeah, that's true. On about you know that Dubai we have so many cliché about the city, like it's boring, it's artificial, we don't have nature, it's too hot, people are superficial, you cannot build family, you cannot make good friends, it's only for money, all this stuff.
Yes, yeah. See, I think in every place in the world there are good things and bad things. So for me specifically, I would say I miss a bit the nature of Europe.
Mm.
There is not a lot of nature here. Yeah, the weather can be challenging in the summer, but we have a very nice winter with no rain, no cold. So the winter time is perfect here.
Okay.
Then you have a lot of things that happen very easily. For example, you can order anything you want for the house, any food or supplies, and in 15 minutes you have everything delivered to your home,
Mm.
like online. Or you order a taxi, you can find a taxi very easily. You can go to the hospitals without paying very easily. You can just make a call and then there is an appointment. So some things are happening faster and more easy than in Europe. It's a super modern place. The scenery is in the beginning I came here and I thought it was like fake. I mean, I could not believe that these skyscrapers can be so high, like 40
Yeah.
levels. I could not understand how they make these huge
Mm.
buildings. So in its own way, it is beautiful. Of course, there are difficulties like everywhere. It's not a perfect place, but for shipping, I think is a very good place to be, or at
That
least stay some years and have an experience of some years in Dubai.
that's true. Very powerful. I mean, yeah. And even you have many things to do in Dubai. You have almost everything. You can. I mean, for hobbies, I'm sure you can dance. You can find a
Yes,
dancing
yes,
club.
yes.
Yeah.
I
For
started dancing recently, and I'm so happy because I told you it's my passion. So
yeah.
when I dance, I'm happy. When I don't
Nice.
dance, I can survive, but I'm not totally happy.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, for sure. So you can find your
Yeah, you can
hobbies.
find your own way. There
Mm.
are different lifestyles for everyone. There are places that are not that expensive. There are other places that are more expensive. There are different activities. So it doesn't matter how you want to spend your life here. There are choices for everyone. This is what I
That's true.
have seen the past 1 year that I'm here.
That's true. And about the visa, is it easier than Europe to get the visa, or it was with sponsorship, all this stuff?
See, the visa, I think the only way to get the visa, or maybe I'm wrong, but I think the best way is to have a job. So the employer actually pays your visa, and your visa has the number of the company. So you cannot easily come to Dubai if you don't have a job.
Yeah, but what I mean, for example, in UK, they want people with the British passport or at least permanent residency. But the company doesn't want to sponsor you because it's too many paperwork,
Yes,
etc.
yes,
But
yes.
in Dubai, I don't think it's like
No,
that.
it's easy. In Dubai, it
Okay,
is easy. It's not that difficult.
okay,
So
that's a good point. Yeah.
yes. Usually the sponsor is the company you work for. And then there is some time needed, for example, 1 month or some weeks. Then you need some documentation, but it's relatively easy. It's not that hard.
Okay. Okay. Very good to know. So for people who want to move abroad, and especially if you work in the maritime industry, Dubai, you need to consider this choice because first of all, we have many job opportunities, and secondly, the living there is can be a very good expense. So thank you for your feedback. I think I asked you all the questions I need, and we did like 40 minutes of talking now. So I think it's the end of the podcast. But if you want, you can add something, a word of the end.
Okay, we can make a recap that
Yeah.
because we are speaking about becoming a shipbroker. So for me, it's a lifestyle because we said you may have to work outside the working hours or have some meetings or have some travels. And in general, you have to be informed all the time about what is happening in the world and specifically to your market. So if you like doing these things, then you can be very happy with this job. But if you want a more fixed working, hours with nothing except of this, or very structured, you may not find this very good fit for you. So being a shipbroker, I think is you have to like this job. If you like this job, you can be very good. If you don't like this, maybe you have to do something else.
Okay.
But for me, it's one of the most interesting things, one of the most interesting job roles that you can do.
Glad to hear. Thank you, Theano, for this very inspiring episode. I wish you all the best in Dubai and in your life. And of course, I'm sure the audience will like this episode. So thank you. Have a very nice day. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Thank you for listening and watching this episode. We are looking forward to bring you more inspiring stories from maritime professionals, experts, and students. Do not hesitate to leave a review on Apple Podcast and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Your support means a lot to us, and it greatly helps in our continuous growth. We're committed to bringing you more exciting episodes with passionate guests.